This is how easy it is to buy silver eagles. The price is, the spot is 15 and change, and where I get these from, it's an extra $4 and change. So that's an excellent price, and that's how easy it is to buy silver.
Shalom, shalom. First off, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash. Yahweh being the true name for the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Shai being the name for His only begotten Son, whom the world eagerly calls God, and Jesus Christ. I want to give double honor to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone, that taught me this truth and will well. And salutations to you, hopeful elect, pushing this truth in all honesty and sincerity. This is Brother Yahweh Sop, coming to listen to the spirit power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. And this lesson is going to be going into the spirit, just various topics, but going into the topic of economic downfall in silver and some spiritual aspects of the blessings that we just received upon the camp. You know, and first and foremost, I want to ask all brothers that's in this truth, that's part of Great Millstone, send blessings upon the hopeful elect and 1/3 nation of Israel that continue to provide tithes and offerings and gifts to the ministry, man, because we had a sister that provided these to the brothers, you know, and she deserves many blessings, many things to come for that, man. But I'm gonna go into the scriptures real quick to go into it. This is Zechariah 13:9, and I will bring the third part through the fire, and will refine them as silver is refined, and will try them as gold is tried. They shall call on my name, and I will hear them. I will say, it is my people, and they shall say, Yahweh is my God. All right. It was just a lot of spiritual things, spiritual aspects of receiving this basically this tithe, this blessing. And just going into it, you know, we received these just days before. Apostle Elder Tahar re-uploaded this lesson about a lesson on silver and gold in the scriptures, you know, and I'm going to give a couple of scriptures that talk about silver and gold, but it's very spiritual to the fact that brothers received a blessing of silver and gold unexpectedly, you know, after a big shift within the ministry, you know. So that's something to definitely take note of. Okay, for one thing, it's prophecy because the U.S. dollar is on its downfall, and you had an article that came out literally about a week and a half ago from one of the gold fund managers that said that the U.S. dollar will collapse this year in 2020. And when you pull up the U.S. debt clock, the U.S. debt clock is continuing to rise. Matter of fact, you know, I could just grab it real quick. That talks about it. You know, this is live feed. All right, the U.S. debt clock, the U.S. national debt is over $23 trillion in debt, and it's rising per, you know, millisecond as I speak, man. It's just going up. You know, give it a minute or so, and it's gonna go up another $1 million. You got $23 trillion of debt, which means that this paperback green dollar, you know, all about the Benjamins mentality, is going to be worth pennies, less than pennies. People are going to go try to pull out a $100 bill and think they're going to do some shit with it, and they're not going to be able to buy a damn thing with it. So what will stand is the precious minerals that Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai established, you know, which is gold and silver to an extent. You know, that's only going to go so far in a time of desperation. You know, when you have Jacob's trouble, when you have somebody that's starving to death over a loaf of bread, and he's given an option, take this loaf of bread or take this coin of silver. And if he's starving to death, and he needs that at that moment, he's going to take the bread over silver. Okay. But nonetheless, before it gets to that point, there's stages of an economic collapse. And you're going to have stages of things that can become dirt cheap, and super hyperinflated and expensive. And the dollar is not going to be worth a damn thing. So if you don't have silver and gold, you're not going to be able to buy shit. Okay, and that's within the scriptures. It talks about the economic collapse, man. It talks about the collapse of basically people be weeping and wailing over silver and gold. So that's going to become to naught. But on the spiritual aspect, the Lord is bringing through the fire, and He's refining them as silver is refined. His hopeful elect is being refined as silver, and they're being tried. So they're being cast through a lot of afflictions. They're being tested within their faith. They're growing within their walk within this truth. They're learning from their mistakes. They're learning from experiences within the camps. They're being tried. We're in that level of a season within this truth, because we're approaching the time period where there's going to be a massive amount of death, where the Lord is just saying, hey, I'm done. It's a wrap. I've selected who I've selected, and I've selected who's going to be saved, and I've selected who's going to be destroyed. And we're getting ready to witness a massive amount of death, man. You got, just to bring this out there, man, 6 cases of this coronavirus in Kansas alone. Now you got hundreds of thousands of millions of people that have been quarantined behind this shit, and you got 6 cases in the heart of America. So the time is being cut short. Okay? So let's get some more scriptures out. Psalms 12:6. The words of Yahweh are pure words, as silver is tried in a furnace of earth, purified 7 times. So now's the time is to take the word of the Lord as precious and appreciate it and acknowledge it as a semi-precious stone, or precious minerals and stones, which silver is in that category of precious stones. Okay? You got to consider the words as truth as ministry as precious. And if you take advantage of that and you continue to shrug it off because of shit that you're going through or shit that you don't agree with in your personal life, when you're setting yourself up for destruction. Scripture says the words of Yahweh are pure words. You use these words as wisdom, guidance, and understanding. Proverbs 3:13. Happy is the man that findeth wisdom, and the man that getteth understanding. Okay, so if you want to have any type of happiness, you got to gain wisdom. You got to gain understanding. And it's not understanding of worldly shit and what's going on around you. It's gaining understanding of this truth, this ministry, this word of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. Go into the prophecy of this money. This is basically an omen, because you like I said, brothers, hey, we received this blessing of this silver literally days before Apostle Elder Tahar re-uploaded a lesson that was done a year ago. And what are the chances that as soon as we receive this offering, this blessing from an Elder Agwath, that he re-uploads the lesson? So the Lord is speaking. That's the way the Lord talks. He talks, basically in spiritual aspects. You may not hear him in plain voice talking to you through the sky. He's going to talk to you in spiritual lessons in life. He's telling us something is getting ready to happen, man. And he's telling us that, hey, his elect are being tried. His elect are being tested. And he's basically showing who he's dealing with. But to read on the prophecy of some of the omens of things that's to come behind this blessing. Revelation 18:11. And the merchants of the earth shall weep and mourn over her, for no man buyeth their merchandise any more. The merchandise of gold and silver and precious stones, and the pearls, and the fine linen, and purple, and silk, and scarlet, and all fine wood, and all manner vessels of ivory, and all manner vessels of most precious wood, and brass, and iron, and marble, and cinnamon and odors and ointments and frankincense and wine and oil and fine flour, wheat and beasts and sheep and horses and chariots and slaves and souls of men. And the fruits that thy soul lusted after are departed from thee, and all things which were dainty and goodly are departed from thee, and thou shalt find them no more at all. The merchants of these things which were made rich by her shall stand afar off for the fear of her torment, weeping and wailing, and saying, Alas, alas, that great city, which was clothed in fine linen and purple and scarlet, and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls, for in 1 hour so great riches is come to naught. And every shipmaster and all the company's ships and sailors, and as many trade by sea, stood afar off, and cried when they saw the smoke of her burning, saying, What city is like unto this great city? And they cast dust on their heads and cried, weeping and wailing, saying, Alas, alas, that great city, which were made rich, but that all that had ships in the sea by reason of her costliness, for in 1 hour she is made desolate. This is talking about the collapse of the Babylonian Empire, okay, which is today referred to as America. It's only going to take an hour for this place to crash. And these countries are going to weep and wail over all these goods that's been listed in Revelation 18 chapter. So this is a Nomen Omen of what's to come, man. Okay? So focus on the times at hand, man. And things that's happening. Make sure you get right with Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. Pay attention to the spiritual signs. You know, and get some common sense as far as what is considered real money. What's considered real money is gold and silver. That's what's traded as commerce, as money. Then you have other things that's traded as far as goods. But the real currency comes from gold and money, not paperback US dollar bills, because pretty soon that's going to be considered null and void. You know? So with that, I'm going to close out. Give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem HaKadosh. Double honor to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone, the taught me truth and will well. And salutations to you, hopeful elect, pushing this truth in all honesty and sincerity. Shalom.